I'm filming the start of this video at the end of production to say that nothing went right today. This was a very bad filming day, and I've just noticed this light wasn't even pointing at me. So that's on brand. And it's on brand because this video is all about Harbin Wester, who's the mayor of Phandelver. And he's a bit incompetent too. This fella's useless. He's a coward. And you might be listening to this thinking, Matt, why are you speaking? Listen to your voice. You sound croaky. You sound like Frog Boy MD. Well, I'm sick, right? So I should probably be protecting my voice. So I went out and actually hired a voice actor to voice Harbin for me in this video. But then I lost it. I lost the files. I accidentally deleted them and they're gone. Okay? He doesn't have them. I don't have them. They're not in the cloud. They're in hell. So rather than waste my voice actor's time, I thought that I would just re-record the audio for Harbin. And now my voice is cooked. Townmaster Harbin. I'm an adventurer. You can see my sword right here. What is your story? Who sent you? The temple? Lady Faltroy? The takers? No? Well, never mind any of that. Just rehearsing lines for a play. My name is Harold Leslie Morgan Harrigold Whistler I, rightfully elected mayor of this bustling borough, a rare safe haven in these troubled times. But you may call me Milord or Mr. Wester. But of course you've heard of me. I've accomplished enough notable feats to fill 3 lifetimes. But speaking of notable feats, you look like adventuring folk, so you must be here about the bounty, correct? What play were you rehearsing for? Who said anything about a play? Didn't you just say when we walked in that you were rehearsing for a play? No, that doesn't sound like me. Okay, where does your wealth come from? As a Wester, my mother and father truly believed in my grand vision, so they gave me a small loan. Of course, it is impolite to talk about money, so I won't say how much it was, but okay, it was 10,000 gold pieces. Okay, notable feats. What notable feats have you accomplished? I may appear to you as the everyman, a simple banker, entrepreneur, and philanthropist, but I have explored the depths of piety in service of the divine golden lady, goddess of commerce. I've enjoyed the heights of decadence in the court of Lady Faltroy herself, and I've labored heroically with a grizzled group of mercenaries called the Takers, though in an administrative capacity, of course. When exactly did you come to Phandelver? Everybody needs a sea change sometimes, and this town is as remote a sea change as anybody could ask for. Sometimes it's just nice to go to a place where nobody knows your name. The Golden Lady. What did you do for the Golden Lady? I studied at the temple as an acolyte. Shaved head, plain robes, all astoundingly boring. But they clearly didn't appreciate my drive and the raw business acumen. Because when Bishop Kildren found out I'd been selling old, tacky artifacts to parishioners, he must have been envious that he hadn't thought of it. So although I am technically excommunicated, I'd like to think we parted with a kind of mutual respect. And how do you know Lady Faltroy? We were to be married. Oh, it was a romance for the ages. We were 2 old souls bonded through adversity, though my old soul was old in a figurative sense, and hers in the much more traditional, actually old sense. But when the current Lady Faltroy learned of my tryst with her retired mother, I was banished from court. I see. And what exactly did you do for the Takers? The Takers were a big group, always campaigning for this lord or that lord, and they went through a lot of equipment. Swords, arrows, metal clothes, all those classic adventuring things. So, Commander Steeltongue hired me personally to be their purchaser and quartermaster. But when I saved the company thousands of gold by finding cheaper shield manufacturers, he tried to have me arrested. Absolute madman. I've still got a few of those shields if you'd like to have one. Is your old employer upset with you? It is the nature of business that some bridges get thoroughly scorched, and despite my best efforts of reconciliation, my previous employers may seek recompense from our falling out. Thankfully, the Red Brands are here to protect us. So how did you become townmaster? When I arrived here, poor Mayor Grimsby was mismanaging the town's finances. He clearly needed some help from an experienced banker like myself. So I began collecting on loans, acquiring holdings from those who couldn't pay, and making tidy profits for the township. Eventually, I generously acquired even Grimsby's holdings, so he left town and I was voted into mayor. How long have you been the townmaster? Oh, a very long time. I am a pillar of this community, so over a year at least. Townmaster Grimsby was mismanaging Phandelver's finances? How was he doing that? This fellow Grimsby was focusing on works of public interest and social reform, neglecting the responsibility of a leader to accumulate wealth. He wanted to build a library, the buffoon. How can you make money from a library? Not to mention the whole region was overrun with bandits under his stewardship. But everything's better since I stepped up and saved the town from destitution. Well, the bandits are still a major problem, but regardless, a library? I don't think so. What happened to Townmaster Grimsby? He moved out of town, but I never thought to ask where. There's probably a forwarding address filed around here somewhere, though. Why did the townspeople of Phandelver vote for you? I made sure to remind those who owed debts to cast their votes for who they thought would take best care of this place. What are your duties as a townmaster? I manage the affairs and finances of Phandelver, funding community services, programs, and general upkeep. I also hear grievances and settle social disputes. What is Sildar doing here? He's looking for a friend of his, Keanu or something. But when a knight of his pedigree asks for a desk, you accommodate him. Besides, there's plenty of space downstairs since all the staff left. Nobody wants to work these days. Where are the rest of your staff? We used to have a sheriff and an administrator. Clinton and his wife Maria were their names, but they both left town. They didn't even give 2 weeks' notice. Where is the sheriff? Have you been talking to that half-orc over at the inn? I've heard his grisly conspiracy about our Sheriff Clinton and the Red Brands, but that's just baseless speculation. My understanding is that Clinton left town now that the Red Brands maintain order better than anybody could have ever hoped to achieve. Why are the Red Brands in Phandelver? Even after I had pulled this sorry town from the muck, my trials were not done. You see, this unlucky place was continually assailed by all manner of brute, brigand, and beast. We were lucky the Red Brands arrived when they did to keep order and repel any outward threats. What do the Red Brands want? Like any contingent of town guards, they maintain order and demand only the respect due to their station, though of course they do have jurisdiction to exact a monthly tithe for their services. When did the Red Brands arrive? Probably about 8 months ago. That was when their leader, an upright and dignified gentleman, knocked on my door. Who is the leader of the Red Brands? A man they called Glassstaff, probably because he carries around a very striking crystalline walking stick. Where is Glassstaff? I did offer him space in our offices here, but he needed somewhere larger, so I gave him the keys to one of my holdings, the ruins of Tresseldor Manor on the outskirts of town. The main building is quite unusable, but the basement, it's intact. Can you arrange a meeting with Glassstaff? I'd prefer not to bother him. He's busy. If he needs anything, he'll send a missive through Grista, the owner of the local tap house. Aren't you going to do anything about all the trouble the Red Brands cause? Who am I to stay in the way of justice? Our boys in red are all that protect this town from the wilds. And I understand they can get rowdy at times, but that's the nature of soldiers, and boys will be boys. Tell me, what do you know about the Black Spider? A spider? Where? What is the bounty that you're offering? The township of Phandelver is offering 100 gold pieces for the head of Brugor, the leader of those bandits holed up in the hills. Now, of course, me personally, I don't want to see a severed head. Icky. But if you could please have the noble sir downstairs verify it, you'll be paid for your grim and heroic violence. Why did you have to put a bounty on the bandits? The lifeblood of a remote community like ours is mail, supplies, missives from loved ones, news about regional threats, gossip from Lady Fauntleroy's court, does she still love me, barrels of wine, all crucial items delivered by the post. But the bandits aren't letting anything through, and that's bad. What is Wyvern Tor? I've never been there, but I understand it's some kind of big hill. I don't know why it's called Wyvern Tor, though. I'd have called it Bandit Tor. Oh, that's funny. I should write that down. Who is Brugor? According to Grista, the man is a brute, a towering orc with a wicked magical axe. Why would Grista know about the bandits? Grista was taken for ransom by the bandits for a time, but Glassstaff valiantly marched up there and negotiated her release, so it's no small wonder she keeps her tavern's doors open to her red saviors. Why haven't the Red Brands done anything about the bandits? I will say, if I had one criticism of Glassstaff's leadership, it would be his outright refusal to march a contingent of those red boys right up that hill to stamp those bandits out. And he has his reasons, I'm sure, but they aren't known to me. Why didn't the town of Phandelver pay Grista's ransom? It's a matter of principle. You can't let thugs bully you around and make such demands. Besides, by delaying our response, maybe they would have cut us a deal. It was a bargaining tactic. Besides, now that Grisla's back, though, she's awfully mad that none of the townfolk rescued her, and she's the one who insisted I place a bounty on the bandits. Hey, check out this other video about taking any official D&D module and planting a quest hook for it in your starter set adventure. Click it now.